Earlier this year, I said to Boldr I would like to review one of the Expedition watches because I hadn't reviewed any of that lineup from them yet. As most of you know, I've reviewed a lot of the Odyssey or Globetrotter collection. And they said, you know what, we're going to wait on that because we have an all new Expedition model, the 2019 Expedition, coming out. And I was like, oh, okay. And they didn't share any spy shots, if you will, with me. They didn't share any prototypes or anything like that. So I just thought it was going to be a iteration of their past Expedition models, which had more of, I guess, your standard field-looking style, and was more of a traditional round and traditional lug style case. Lo and behold, as you can see here, well, they decided, nope, we are going to redo the model completely. And they have. Now, it retains that 41 millimeter size, but what you have here is a case that is similar, but if you really go ahead and take a look, not exact to the Odyssey collection, but if you go take a look, it is similar. But some people are like, oh, they just shrunk down an Odyssey case and used a dual crown for this model. And if you go ahead and you take a look on their website, or you take a look at any of my previous reviews, or you just Google the images of that model, you'll find they took inspiration from that model, but it is not exact at all. So let me go ahead here and give you a nice look around and talk about this new model, the Expedition 20. So let me first give you a good close-up look at this dial. Now, some of you out there that follow this channel for a long time might go, Don, take a look at that date. It's right at the 4 o'clock position. You hate that. Well, not necessarily true. I am not a big fan of the date position at that 4:30 date placement, where it kind of is creeping into the dial in no man's land. This is actually set there instead of a 4 marker. And while it is not my favorite date placement, it's acceptable there. At least it's tucked away and there's some symmetry to the dial. Now, this version is called the Expedition Rushmore. Really, the only big deal about this one, it's a black dial, and it comes with their green molded rubber strap. You're going to find a lot of different variations of this on their website. So if this black and green is not doing it for you, go ahead and take a look at their website. I'll have the link down below in the description, and you can see the other variations that they have. But here's where you're going to see that inspiration from the Odyssey case, but not exact. It doesn't have the exact same step and drop off to those lugs. A somewhat similar case profile, and they even went ahead and took the similar look to the dive bezel from the Odyssey, but made it into a non-rotating bezel here on the Expedition. So it's kind of a nod to that style of case, but very much distinct in its own. Here you can see that sapphire crystal that does raise quite a bit off from the bezel and case there. I like this nice orange contrast on your secondary outer bezel here. Go ahead and try it. What is going on here? What is going on? All right, everybody freaked everybody out trying to do this in a weird, awkward way, but here you go. There is your second crown there, which is the timing crown for the inner bezel. And this is a screw down crown, of course, 200 meters, water resistant. So while this is obviously meant and marketed to be a field style watch, it really can operate as a dual crown dive watch as well. You have Viton gaskets, 200 meters, water resistant. You do have that inner timing bezel there. So definitely can be used as a dive watch. Or work out in the field as well. Interesting case back. You have that footprint on the ground. I kind of like this. I like where Boldr Supply Company, I accidentally called them Boldr Watch Company there before. I like where they're going with this. This whole expedition, adventure, boots on the ground type of thing. Very cool. This is just a very attractive watch, in my opinion. I love the new case design. I love the new look. I love all the colors it comes in. Love it on this rubber strap. Just a very nice, cool looking and comfortable strap. A few people on Instagram asked me, does this leave any imprints on your skin? I guess that depends on how tight you like to wear your watches. It has not on me, although it's not summertime here either, and that might make a difference as well. On my 7.5-inch wrist, obviously this is very comfortable. Little on the small side, but it doesn't feel very small, probably because the lack of the actual outer dive bezel allows this to have more dial area. And I know it has the inner bezel as well. It just feels like it has a nice, easy to read dial still. Feels great on the wrist. Now, one thing I am going to comment about, as much as I love this rubber strap, it's a little weird. And here's what I mean by it's a little weird. So I actually go to the 4th hole on this strap, but you can see where the holes end, okay? They end right there. So while I'm in the 4th hole, that you would think, okay, you're going to have a lot of holes and a lot of tail left over for bigger wrists, but that's really not the case. Because if you're going to come out with a wrist, if you have a wrist larger than mine, you're going to be here or you're going to be here. I barely have any tail left as it is. And these big keepers really kind of are big and chunky. And it's kind of odd to have a lot of that chunkiness right up here when the whole watch at 41 millimeters and everything is more on the thin, svelte side, especially the way this sits really nice and flat on your wrist. Just odd to kind of have this chunkiness kind of going on up here. And if you're going to make the tail longer, then have more holes so larger wrists can wear it, my opinion. Here you see the BGW9 and C3 Super Luminova. Boldr Supply Company has done this on quite a few of their models, giving you that dual lume. It is very nicely applied and brightly lit in the dark. If you're wondering what it looks like in full darkness, well, there you go right there. Very easy to see, even in pitch black. This, of course, is another nice, I don't want to say bargain because that word gets me in trouble, but at $599, you're getting an SW200 movement again from Boldr Supply Company. You're getting a molded rubber strap. Obviously, this was done just for them. It has their logo on it. Rubber straps, if you don't know, like this, are very expensive for companies to get produced. You're talking well into the thousands upon thousands of dollars to get custom molded rubber straps like this. You have your sapphire crystal. It's 200 meters water resistant. The new stainless steel bead blasted I wanted to say titanium there. Your bead blasted 41 millimeter expedition case. It's all new for 2019, completely, I don't want to say, it's a pretty radical departure from their previous version of the Expedition watches. They really upgraded this watch, in my opinion. And at $600, it really is a lot of watch. And in my personal opinion, this is a very, very attractive tool style field watch. I like it. I really like it, if I'm being perfectly honest. And this black and green with that orange accent is definitely one of my favorite versions. I like the blue version as well. If you want to check out more about this, link in the description below will take you to Boldr Supply Company page. And of course, check out my full review at watchreport.com. That link will be below as well. If you like this video, you know what to do. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. And you can follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It is at Watch Report. is a look at the Boldr Supply Company 2019 expedition. Thanks for watching. Talk to you on the next one.